Yo. What's up, guys?
Hey, Dylan.
Hey, man. Hey, I just got here. How are you guys doing?
Welcome back to Save That Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're excited to have you.
The podcast where we make songs.
And also talk a lot of bullshit.
Hey, I think what we have to say is important.
Yeah, to somebody.
To me.
To me, mostly. How's y'all's weekend, general, recent activities been for you?
Well, it was good, man. You abandoned us last week.
Oh, my God.
Wait, why is he abandoned? I also abandoned us.
Look.
I feel like if anything,
You both
it should
abandoned.
be... Yeah,
Ben and I were abandoned.
like wolf babes to the wild.
We tried to record an episode. We did it. It was successful. We're going to save it.
We're going to save
We're going to save that episode.
We're going to save that episode.
That one's probably going to go out to our super special secret listeners.
The people who really know who's important in this podcast.
Definitely the best episode ever made.
It was too hot to drop.
Yeah, you got to save that.
The people couldn't even
right
handle
moment.
it, dude.
Well, cool. I'm sorry for not being here. That was pretty weak shit, but I wouldn't.
No, it's fine, man.
I had a lot of things to do, man.
That's fine.
This podcast is kind of like a secondary goal for me, you know?
Cool, dude.
I'm just kidding.
Very cool.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Traffic.
Dylan's the only one with a life outside of the podcast.
I wouldn't say that. That's a stretch.
Ben might have a life, too.
Getting there. I'm close.
Working on it.
I'm close to having a
Good
life.
job, boy.
Yeah.
My cat broke my TV this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, so I guess it was Friday.
Was he like, stop staring at this screen and love me?
I guess Thursday I went out and had a rough go of things. And Saturday morning I woke up to my bedroom TV just crashing to the ground.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Time out.
I see
Are
some
you
holes.
blaming your drunkenness on the cat right now?
No, I'm saying I had a rough go of things, and I was awakened to an even rougher go of things when my TV came crashing onto the floor.
Oh,
at like
you woke up to
7:30.
the crash.
Like 7:30 in the morning, the TV just comes tumbling off the dresser, and
God.
it's broken. And the only thing I can think is like he did that on purpose.
Yes.
That was him trying to get me to feed him because nothing else was working. I was dead to the world because I was so hungover, and instead of being, an adult and talking to me like a man, he just knocked my TV off the dresser.
Hey, man, I'm kind of hungry. If you could do something about that.
Because I don't think what else he could have been doing. It's not really in a place that he would want to get to. It was like stuck in the corner of the dresser. It's not like there's anything there other than the television. I think he just like put his paws on it and just yanked it
I
down.
think that's the difference between cats and dogs, that cats understand leverage. And I think that cats can look at what people, and they can figure out what people value. They don't understand why we value it, but they don't really need to know, because that cat can destroy it whenever it feels like it needs some leverage.
He does the same thing on like my big TV. Like he's got, so behind my television there's like, basically if my TV stand wasn't there, it'd be almost like a very thin bar that you could sit at if you wanted to. If you were like wanted to set your drink somewhere, I guess it's about 4, 5, 6 inches wide. And so he's figured out, okay, if he's not paying attention to me, he's got this list of things he runs through. Like first is like, I'll come be sweet, and I'll come like hit my headbutt you and rub against you and like try to get your attention that way. And when that doesn't work, he's like, well, I'll go attack my sister then. And he'll go like beat up Lumpy. And if I don't give him attention for that, he's like, well, maybe if I go stand on the TV, because he's noticed if he puts his paws on that TV, it elicits a response from me that's like, hey, fucking quit that. And I'll usually stand up to go towards the TV to stop him. And then when I stand up, he goes, meow, and run toward the, like, where his food is. And he's like, yeah, you're up already. Just put some fucking wet food in this bowl, you douchebag. Like, I swear they're that smart. I don't know about this one.
She's not that smart now.
Does she do anything, like, manipulative?
She tears toilet paper up.
That's just purely for her. I don't think that's a manipulation
She's
tactic.
young. She's got time. She'll figure out what Will really cares about in this apartment.
Oh, yeah.
First time, like,
Piss on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
dude, you'd get rid of her. She'd be gone the next day.
She'd be out the house.
She'll
She'll
start
wait.
up a game of Mario Party and beat you.
I think about it a lot, man. Like, why did I tether myself to this animal? You know, like she's sweet, she's cute, but it's just
now anytime you want to go anywhere, you got to get her permission.
Yeah.
Not really. You got to find somebody else to watch her, but it's almost like getting her permission. They're weird, bro. It's like an abusive relationship that takes place in your house that no one judges you for. Like just complete codependence. You only love them when they're sweet. When they're not, you want to throw them away. I tried to put Morty outside the other day because I got so mad at him. I just went to throw him outside. He ran back in. He's really fast. But I was just like, you're going out. I like set him down and he bolted right back in. He acts like he's hot shit till the door opens up. Then he's like, what the fuck's going on out there?
Merc's the opposite. He's always trying to get outside.
He's an outdoor boy.
Yeah, at heart.
I don't know. It's bizarre that we even have them. I don't know how we got here. Like we're so desperate for love and attention in modern America that we just have modern world. I guess we just have little creatures that aren't like us. And these are the weirdest. They're fucking alpha predators. Like cats are. They're not even cute and cuddly. Like they're monsters.
It's a different kind of love and attention. You know? It's like a sub love and attention that you want that you don't get out of humans. You know?
It's unconditional. With a dog, not with a cat. Cat love is very conditional.
Well, it depends.
Cat love is harder to win because you have to maintain that. And the
What
cat
about
will.
meerkat love?
Meerkat love ain't hard to find. It'll make you lose your mind. I don't know. I was kind of speaking out my ass on that track. I can't really speak for meerkat love, but I know these little cats. All right. How about this? Do y'all know, like, have you ever looked at, like, the cat evolution tree, how that happened?
No.
So it's like African savanna cats, I guess, I think is what they come from. But Emily, one time, she's going to hate me for telling this story, but one time we were sitting around and she's like, how did cats get from tigers to house cats? And I was like, oh, baby, that's not what happened. She's like, what do you mean? Like, wolves came from dogs came from wolves, so clearly cats came from tigers, right? And I was like, nah, it's different breed. But isn't that funny? Like Chihuahuas came from wolves.
So this is my hot take on that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is not. I can't prove it, but when you hear this, you're gonna be like, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Which is all you really need anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that way back, like 100,000 years ago, in Stone Age Europe, some shaman, his daughter was out gathering, as you do. And I think wolves took her, right? And this shaman was a very powerful shaman and well respected.
Yeah.
And he was gonna sacrifice his life to put a curse on those wolves.
Yeah.
And then it's a long curse, you know?
Talking 30-year curse?
No, 30,000 year
30,000 year curse.
And now
could be
those
Chihuahua.
wolves, those wolves, their descendants turned into Chihuahua.
I'll show you, ankle biter.
It's way worse than killing them.
Well, it's a pretty weird, like, symbiotic relationship that we all agree to. She's like, I feed you. I'll clean up your poop. Will you just hang out with me? Will you show me some affection?
You lick my face every once in a while, you know?
Just, like, every now and then, I'll fucking bleed over it. I'll just, like, oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, I feel like dogs are more symbiotic because I think you get a lot more out of a dog than you do a cat. That's just me. I think I'm a dog person in general.
Are you?
But I don't think you can have a cat as a pet. Not really. I think the most you can do is say that you have a cat that lives in your house.
Do you think, like, the quintessential dog and cat argument really tells you a lot about someone's, like, relationship? Like, the way they approach relationships in general. Like, dogs are fucking dope. I love dogs. They require a lot more to get a lot more out of them. Do you know what I'm saying? You get a lot more out of a dog from an attention perspective. Like, they truly and 100%, like, a good dog fucking will die for you.
But it's also how much time you.
There's so much work, bro. It's like a stupider child. Like, it's a child that learns how to walk and eat things really quickly, and
covered in hair.
Yeah, and just
walks
sheds
on all
it.
fours.
It sounds like
my
kid, like me and my siblings when we were about 10. Covered in hair on fours. Raw meat. Parents would just throw it in the cage and shut it real quick before we can get out.
You'll never get this. Ooh, that's bad. There's a Borat reference in 2018. I hate myself for that. Sorry,
That's
guys.
problematic, dude.
Dated, dude. What are you doing?
Shitty. I'm sorry.
Have you watched his new show? This is America.
Yeah. I liked it. It feels very fake. Some of the interviews with the one, I don't know how much of it you've watched. The one where he has the dudes come into like the MMA gym and he trains them up on how to fight or whatever. Like that one seemed. There's no way those dudes are that dumb.
Dude, people are that dumb.
Stupid.
I swear.
So stupid. That show's good. There's a couple different politicians that are trying to like sue him because he made them look so bad on that show.
Oh yeah.
I bet by now that guy has figured out the correct form to give people to sign for that kind of show, because who in Hollywood's gonna get sued more than Sacha Baron Cohen for just tricking you and making you dumb? That's his whole shit.
Did you see when he gets the woman? He like convinces. He's like he does this character that's a con. He's like an ex-con, and he's an artist. And he's just like using his fecal matter and semen to make art, and he takes it to like a high-end art museum.
Yeah.
And the chick loves it, and she like gives him some of her pubes to use in his next piece and shit. Dude, it is bizarre, and she's fully on board with it. That show's crazy. It is. I mean, I've heard some of the reporting on it has been about kind of the way he gets people to do that stuff, and a lot of it, like one of the guys he got when he was pretending to be that like Jewish, he's like that Israeli soldier character.
Yeah.
We're talking a lot about this in like in depth so if you haven't seen the show,
check it out. Yeah, it's really good.
Just go watch it. But I don't think I'm going to expand on that anymore.
No, go on. I want to hear.
He told the dude basically that he was receiving an award from like the Israeli government. And like got this, and then once he gets on the show, he starts saying all this crazy shit to him. Yeah. And so the guy's and I can put myself in his shoes and recognize like I would probably go along with it too, just because I'm so uncomfortable with what's happening.
Yeah, like what have I done?
But at what point can you look at like somebody and be like, it's probably Sacha Baron Cohen?
Yeah, that's the thing is you can't trick. I mean, not that he's trying to trick us into doing dumb stuff, but I feel like people who are kind of plugged in to entertainment and also like that line of thinking where those people are dumb, you know?
Yeah.
They're going to be aware of him. Be like, that's
if Sacha Baron Cohen tried to play a prank on me, I'd be like, hey, I love your work, bro, but I'm not taking part in this.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do to me.
It's like David Blaine enacting surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, dude! Who the fuck is that guy on Netflix? He's had 2 specials now where he just manipulates people to do really terrible stuff. He's like a social. He calls himself like a social illusionist. I can't think of his name. Dan Brown. No, Dan Brown makes like lawyer books.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He came out with like a.
He did one where he like got people to push people off a building or like think they were pushing someone off a building.
You showed me that.
There's no way it's real. It's so insane.
It's like 4 stages. Like they do like a dinner and then
he like gets them to keep getting more involved with this thing.
This guy just died. We can't like
until they're pushing people off of roofs.
Yeah,
and stuff.
And he just keeps trying to get people to do stuff. And every time they do something, he's like, "All right, now we've really got him." Like he's locked in.
But he just put another one out that's called like Sacrifice. I haven't watched it yet. It's about. I think the ultimate goal is to like try to get somebody to take a bullet for somebody. Like think they're taking a bullet for somebody. I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, low key, this is the new way of people forming cults.
Yeah. And cults seem easy. I think we could start a cult if we really put our effort into it.
What do you think we've been doing, Dylan?
Yeah, well,
this is a cult,
like a Jim Jones cult.
Yeah,
you think it's possible?
I think it's easy.
I think there's different levels
Ben's
of cults.
intrigued.
Ben's like, hold on, let's pivot.
Let me grab my pen real quick.
Yeah,
the Jim Jones cult. I think there's a problem because at that level of cult, it's like all or nothing. You know, you either become a new huge religion and succeed like Scientology or Mormons, or you end up, everyone has to drink the Kool-Aid. I think we need to get like low level cult, like Joe Rogan podcast fans, or
that is a cult that I was embarrassingly a part of for a while. Like, dude, don't talk bad about Joe, bro. He's the fucking voice of our generation, homie.
Yeah, right.
Like that dude.
It happens so randomly though.
Yeah,
because it's like. It could be somebody listening to a shoegazer band that like I don't know, Mile High Club, and they're like, dude, they're so good. You gotta
like,
listen.
Like Papadocio fans, like there's gotta be some kind of mind control going on there.
What is it? Why do jam bands have the ability to just form their cults?
Dude,
because all of their listeners are on LSD.
I guess it is like a fast track to cultism when you're already on mind altering drugs.
Yeah, can you imagine if Jim Jones implemented some LSD into his cult?
I thought he did.
He might. I actually don't know.
I don't know
anything about that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
That was who's the dude in Hollywood, like the cult dude.
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson. I mean, that was his things. They were all doing acid all the time, and then he'd give them acid and have sex with them and be like, "I am your god,"
Yeah.
and pet their face, and they're like, "Yes,
All right, yeah, cool.
I'm very suggestible right now."
Whatever you say, man. I'm trimming balls.
Yeah, it'd be way more efficient if we can get a crowd of people on drugs and then we hire, I don't know, like the STS-9 light engineer guy.
Yeah.
To like make a video and light presentation of our cause.
That's like Alex Gray and Allison Gray have that.
They're actually starting a cult.
Yeah, they're starting like this church.
They're full-fledged.
I really like their art. Like, it's really cool stuff visually, but their messages get really weird. And if you watch them, like, they do live production for. Sometimes people will use their art to do a live show, and they'll like display their art, and there's all kind of weird subliminal messages in it and stuff. And
I've
it gets
been
really
to one of those shows.
It gets dark and strange.
I saw Papadozio with our buddy Scott and Red Rocks.
Yeah,
and
Alex
and
Allison
Gray were there, and there was artists everywhere painting. It was a super cool scene, and I was enjoying it the whole time. And then they got up on stage, like they were painting on stage as the band was playing, and like halfway through the set, they get up and they start like
preaching,
preaching, like spewing all this stuff, and that's just like
Cosm, the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. They have
cool, man, but it's a little much,
little spooky.
It's cool, but it's like when you're 5 doses, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. But when you're just like you're there for the show.
Sober. I had like a couple beers.
Yeah, you're there for the show, and you're just like enjoying the music, and then they come on and do some like meditation type thing where they're like, look at us, we're gods.
You're looking around you and everyone's just vibrating. You're like,
they have these full moon parties at Cosm, is Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. It's literally a church they're building for their cult in their property in New York. We're probably gonna get yanked off iTunes for talking about this, but they have these full moon parties where I'm pretty sure that everyone just shows up and eats mushrooms, and they have like weird DJs come play, and I assume it just evolves into a weird art sex orgy. And it's all very new age creepiness, and
I don't think it goes that far.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know, but
none of us know. We're just speculating.
Yo, let's do a live save that from an Alex and Allison Gray party. Let's make that a goal.
Get on some mushroom shakes.
No, we won't even drink any. We're just like clear eyed and watch it.
I mean, there's the observers.
In a way, I totally understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people into some sort of, not religion, but some spiritual aspect of their lives that's not attached to something so like detrimental, like the Bible. You know,
if you've ever listened to them much, if you've heard them talk about what they're building, their idea, the basis for what they're building is literally a religion. I don't know that they use that term, but it's what it is, and the idea is that art is God. That's what they're.
Right.
That is the core of their belief system, is that like artistic expression is the God of this universe. And so that's kind of what their stuff is built on. And yeah, I don't hate it. It's just weird to be preaching it to people that are spun out on drugs, because it doesn't seem fair.
That's how they all get going, man.
There's a lot of stuff that points to maybe some mushrooms being used in early Christianity as well. So I don't know.
Christianity's not bad. It just turned into, there's just some bad people involved with it.
Just like everything else, people are going to manipulate cool stuff from time to time.
The Bible's actually a pretty cool book if you guys want to check it out.
Dude, Revelations is like my favorite piece of literature ever. I don't know if you guys have ever read that shit. It's fun because it's like,
it's metal as fuck.
Well, it's like, so the Old Testament, the Old Testament is like really spooky and hardcore, and then they lull you back to sleep with the New Testament. You're like, oh, okay, this Jesus guy's all right. Everything's really cool. He really loves me, and if I fuck up, that's okay. Everybody will still love me afterwards. And then they just drop Revelations in right at the end. And they're like, nah, shit's still gonna go down. You guys are gonna get tortured for 7 years if you don't act right. And there's gods of death on horses. Well, you get 7 years on Earth, and then you get drugged to hell.
Oh yeah,
everyone
that's
forgets that Jesus is supposed to show up with a flaming sword and fight a 7-headed dragon that rises out of the void.
Yeah, dude.
It's pretty metal.
Yeah, it's so metal. It's the coolest shit in the What, we can make a song about Revelation. We could do that.
We're doing hair metal Jesus.
A metal song about the apocalypse.
Does that mean Jack Black is the Antichrist?
No, I think he's Jesus.
I sure hope so.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
he's probably Jesus.
I love that guy.
He's a great guy.
Good guy.
Anyway, so that was a good religion talk / cats.
Sorry if we scared you off, guys.
All right, now that all the squares have left, let's get down to business.
What are we going to do today? We ran all the fucking nerds out of here. I'm supposed to stop saying the F word so much. Sorry.
We should get a swear jar that we can use it
Just
for gear.
for me?
Yeah.
I think before we get into anything, let's talk about the fact that we are on many new streaming services now.
Yeah.
You can find us on Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Deezer.
Deezer
Pretty
nuts.
Much, yeah, sure, yeah. Pretty much anywhere you get your podcast, you can find Save That on it now. So
That's really cool.
Cool for us.
Could potentially be cool for them too. If you like hate Apple, you don't want to use that app.
Or you
Now
don't have an
to.
iPhone.
Are we on Google Play?
Yes, we're on Google Play.
Sick. That's a scary
Whoa,
noise.
what was that, dude?
What the fuck? What is that? Is that his
It's your vape.
vape is feeding feedback into the microphone?
Is that the battery doing that? Here, I'm gonna record it.
Yeah, sample that.
It sounds like you touched the edge of the that doctor board game. What is it called?
Operation.
Operation.
It
Dude,
does
record
sound like
that.
that. Do it one more time. Dylan laughed.
That was Aaron. Sick.
Do it one more time. Dylan laughed.
That was Aaron. I had to clear my name.
It wasn't me.
You don't like that song, dude?
But it up.
I like that song actually a lot.
It's a great song. We used to turn that song at parties all the time. I don't know what we were going for, but
Have you ever heard of Real Talk by God, I forgot the name.
we sound like
R. Kelly.
I don't know if
Let me put some reverb on it.
That's actually a really cool sound,
yeah,
dude.
it's a great noise. That's awesome. That's what this shit's about, boy.
Yeah, dude. So,
Dude.
Dylan,
Yeah.
bro, tonight, you guys are gonna get to see some inside baseball because Ben and Will are gonna cook up the shout out song format for
Oh
us.
yeah, we were gonna get there. I think we got sidetracked, because I don't know if they know why we're doing shout outs.
Well, because
Because we need to ask for your money for real this time. I know I've been joking.
We're not
about
going to
it.
start asking yet, but we are going to start asking for it soon.
Not even much. Basically, we have a lot of things that could make this better if we had just a little bit of cash flow to work with, and we also want to make some cool gear for people who like the show, and mostly for us, but like t-shirts, hats, etc. And we don't have much capital. We've spent a ton of money on this already, and it's expensive because audio equipment is stupid expensive. So the idea is we're going to start offering some cool prizes and fun things for you guys and gifts if you are willing to give us any of your hard-earned money to keep this thing going. So we are probably going to set that up soon. We're going to do either a GoFundMe or, I don't know, we've got to look into which one's best. But we're going to do something like that. And one of the tiers, the earliest tier, I guess, is going to be a shout-out song. And every week we're going to shout out everybody that gave us some money. So I guess the idea tonight is to make the song...
The format
like
for the shout-out
the
song.
bass song for that. Obviously, we're going to, we'll make a cool little rhyme with your name if you give some money. And we'll talk about how great you are. But we've got to lay down a track for that. And we didn't have... we couldn't get a guest tonight, so we're just gonna make that tonight, and I think that'll be good.
It's okay.
And if it doesn't turn out to be the shout-out song, it'll just be a cool track that we make.
Yeah, everything
and-
we make sounds dope anyway.
Yeah, man, we're pretty good at it.
Production
great.
gods, bro. Oh Jesus. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Sit tight, hang tight. I love that you just made that really cool noise. That's pretty great. What'd you do to it?
Just added reverb. I turned it up way
Yeah.
loud. Could actually turn it up a little bit. Oh no, I
just a
can't.
little bit more. How about a little bit less? I don't even know. I'm just saying things so I feel like I'm contributing.
You gotta feel like you're a part of the podcast, man. Me too.
You guys are. I mean, it became apparently clear how much we need you guys to
Yes.
to fill.
I was
that
really
space.
hoping that's what would happen if they did it by themselves. Because if they did really well, they'd just be like, "Why would we need any?"
Will
of
was
that?
he was being so, there was a little bit of spite in a message he sent me when he goes, yeah, it's fine. Me and Ben can just do one by ourselves. And I could tell there's a little
Is
bit of
that
malice.
spite or is that just how you read it? Because I
That's
don't.
probably just how I
Yeah,
read
he
it.
always assumes I'm being meaner than I am.
It's how you text, dude. It's the same principle as parents texting.
Yeah, like
Saying
we'll
K.
drop a K on you and not even
I don't
blink.
give a fuck. I'll drop a K whenever. Sometimes I drop Ks. Well, we were in our group message and I sent a K. And Ben got onto me for it, and so I made it a point to just send Ben K's all the time. Ben would text me and be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna come over."
I think it's a good time for you. There's this thing where Aaron doesn't like talking to us or texting or anything. So sometimes when we're trying to all get together, because we hang out, when we're not doing a podcast, we're actually friends. And so we'll be trying to do something, and Aaron will just text back, can't.
Yeah.
Just go, can't.
And most of the time, it's like me asking to hang out.
Just like, no.
And then
I think that's.
it's not directed towards Aaron, but he still replies with can't.
Can't.
And I'm like, Aaron, I don't care. Okay? It don't matter. I don't give a fuck that you work at Fuzzies. Okay?
Wait, should we bring his employer into this? We don't want to bring Fuzzies into
Yeah,
this.
fuck Fuzzy.
Oh, shit, dude.
Fuzzies is the strip club that Aaron DJs at.
Yeah.
There's actually a strip club in Johnson City, Tennessee called Fuzzy Holes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fuzzy Holes.
Is that Iron City, Tennessee?
Johnson City.
Oh, okay. Good.
Johnson City. You know, like that shitty bluegrass song?
Man,
What's
that
that?
actually turned out. That's
No,
like
it's
the
a
most
sick
solid
sound.
sample we've made.
It's so organic, too.
It's a bit spooky. It's October. I think that fits.
Dude, spook month, man.
That's what we should do, man. Fuck
Spooky,
us say that. Or
Should we say fuck
shout
that
out
and just make a spooky song?
We're like probably a month away from actually launching a Kickstarter anyway. So
Yeah, I'm totally down to throw
let's
that
do a
out the window.
spoopy song.
Yes. It is Halloween, Halloween. Do, 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 do. Yeah, let's make it.
There is no good Halloween music.
So let's fix that.
Christmas has that on lock when it comes
Dude,
to like
Christmas-
who's got the
That's
best
not
music.
true. That's not true. There's
Okay.
good Halloween music.
What
It's
is it?
actually bad, but good.
Like what?
Just like spooky songs, man. Monster Mash.
It's a monster man.
But it's like you
went
can
to the
only
bathroom
name-
for 2 seconds, but we decided maybe we hold off on the shout out song and just make a spoopy
spoopy song?
Get up
A
on that
spoop
mic.
song?
Spoop song sounds tight. And that sounds spoopy. Look, this is Save That. We change gears constantly. Let's do it. Let's do something different.
But how many songs can you name? Okay, so we got like Monster Mash, Thriller. I'm straining my brain with other
There's
spooky
lots.
songs.
There's lots.
He says he can't name
I'm gonna
one.
pull one up.
Yeah, if you have to Google it, I think I've made my point.
It's like, is there Thanksgiving music?
I listened to this podcast and one of the guys on it is a big fan of like shitty spooky songs, but I can't remember any of the names of them. But who,
yes.
this is
Yeah. Meanwhile, Christmas
story.
has Jingle Bells, White Christmas.
I'm not arguing that there's more Halloween songs than Christmas songs. I'm just saying there are.
I don't even think
more-
you can compare them. Like,
No, probably not, man. But just
Are we trying to change that today? Because
we're trying to change that.
Guys, I'm really feeling that CBD doink.
yeah, maybe you were going to talk about that a little bit.
I don't know.
It's fine. We're in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's legal everywhere.
All right. Yeah. So here, here where we live,
Yeah.
hemp has been mostly legalized, and we're starting to see a bunch of a store has recently opened up that sells CBD products.
Yeah, just hemp derived CBD. They have CBD like buds, CBD cookies, CBD gummies, is the whole gamut. And so we thought it'd be funny to smoke a CBD joint, and it's a weird thing because it smells just like the pot I remember from high school, and it kind of looks like it, but it doesn't do anything except make you feel like you
Speak for yourself,
Slightly.
man. I'm blessed.
Blended. It's interesting. I'm just saying, try it out. That might be my save that suggestion is give CBD
Yeah,
a go.
give CBD a chance.
I feel my joints uninflaming and
Deflaming?
We should all do. We should all jump before we smoke a CBD doink, and then we should measure our jumps like
and see if it makes us jump
20
higher.
minutes after because the inflammation's down. So I feel like
I am
the
pretty
joints
good at
work
box
more
jumps,
efficient-
man.
Yeah, more efficiently.
What if that's what being high meant, was you actually could just jump higher?
There's no psychological effect from it. You just jump higher.
It's not psychoactive. It just makes you jump really
You're at a
good. Basketball players are just banging down CBD joints.
You're at a concert and some of the guys like, jump, jump. And one guy in the center of the crowd just flies up in the air. You're like, oh, God, that guy's fucked up.
So Dare was really trying to get people not to jump so high or become extreme athletes.
Yeah, they're like, man, we hate basketball.
We can't afford to keep raising the ceilings in these buildings.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, does everybody want to mess around with an October song? Like, I am not a spook aficionado, so I'm gonna.
You're not about the horror movies, dude.
We talked
Ben
about
lives
that.
that life.
Are you into that too?
Not so much, but
Like,
Kinda
are you gonna go see the new Halloween movie?
I heard it's not good.
Really?
I think it's
Yeah.
all right. I'm interested in that new. Honestly, there's a new Netflix show out called Haunting on Hill House
Yeah, I saw that.
that I hope will fill the void because I've been mostly disappointed with American Horror Story.
Well,
the
this
last
is-
3
Okay,
years.
you can't rely on American Horror Story for the spooks.
I don't know. The
It's
first two
mostly-
seasons were so good.
Okay, so I started with the most recent season, Cult, and then I'm going back now and rewatching it. I had just finished the first season, and it's not spooky. It's just the storytelling is really good, and I think that's what they rely on the most, is
That's-
making it like kind of scary, but also with good storytelling.
That show's always felt like it relies on shock value for me. I don't know. I haven't watched much of it, but it's always felt like just trying to make you squirm is what I get. What is your favorite source of spooks? Like, what is your favorite fucking scary movie? Why did I say fuck there? Like, it's not even necessary.
I call it a lean word. It's just something you.
Instead of,
it's like
it's
a crutch. It's a crutch.
It is a crutch. I need to get off these crutches, boy. Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Little
dude.
Timmy's out
I
these
think-
crutches.
I think Hereditary was really good.
That was
as,
a really good movie.
as far as like recent scary movies I've seen.
I haven't seen
that-
it. What's the plot?
The plot is that it's all about the family, and basically, I don't want to give anything away.
That's hard because it
Sounds super wholesome from what you've told me.
It's
It's just hard to like
Say it without spoiling.
elaborate without giving
Okay.
away too much. So it's really about the family and
a family of 4, and the grandmother just passed away, and they're kind of going through all of our old stuff and finding out stuff about the grandmother that affects the whole family.
it kind of ties in with cults a little bit and how far they can go. you
Okay.
know? So
I went into it because I heard it was really scary, and I went into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be a really scary movie. And it was pretty creepy, but more than that, it was just like a really well-made movie. Like it was
That's,
just,
yeah,
it
I
was
always
just really
appreciate
good.
that.
It's a
Like,
good film.
The last.
have you guys seen Drag Me to Hell?
No.
This is gear change. Worst scary movie ever. It's one of those things that like people still watch because it's so bad. I'll never forget it because I hate scary movies. And we were in Destin. I was in Destin with one of my good friends and his family. And when you're young in Destin, you can't go drink. So let's go to the movies. And so we went to the movies, and that was the new scary movie. We're like, oh, we'll go see this movie. And it's got this scene with like a goat dude who like talks and bleed. Like, get out! Like,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And
You're
there's
the one
this-
where he calls her
yeah,
in a
you
goat voice.
bitch.
You bitch.
It's
That movie is
like
great.
the most infamous, terrible horror scene
There's
of the
lots
last
of
20 or
those.
30 years. And you guys should watch it. We watched it again recently on vacation. It's so bad. It's great. I feel like there's a lot of that in horror.
Yeah, there's a
I
bunch.
feel like that's an appreciated facet of that genre.
I'm subscribed to Shudder, which is like Netflix for horror movies, and it's just got treasure troves of shitty horror movies. They're all
it's really nowadays it's really hard for a movie to actually scare me.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm even still scared of them because I haven't watched one in so long. Like, they scared me when I was younger. I haven't
Let's
even...
go see Halloween, dude.
I like Halloween. Like, the original Halloweens are actually scary movies that I enjoyed. I thought they're good movies. Like,
Yeah.
when they came out, obviously now they're dated, but when they came out, like, it's a really good movie. And the previews for the new ones look tight, but it's not something I would go pay to see in the
See,
theaters.
that's how Hereditary is, because it's like
Just a good
a
film.
modern good scary movie. And the guy that produced that film also got signed for another horror film.
Hell yeah.
In the coming years, so
Yeah.
it'll be good.
The last horror movie I saw that really impressed me was The Witch. I think it came out last year, like 2017.
Yeah. That's on Netflix now.
Yeah, it's a slow burn, but it's totally worth watching because it's pretty much like a period drama, family drama for a while with a little bit of spookiness, and then the last 20 minutes it just hits you.
Intense.
I love it. I think it earned its craziness towards the end.
The Vitch.
Tusk is like the most recent
That's
creepy
not
movie.
like a horror
Dude,
movie,
that
though.
see for me, that's what I like though. Like that weird, offbeat, creepy, goofy shit. Like Tusk is a bizarre film.
Yeah, that movie's crazy.
I like that a lot. I thought that was good. I don't watch true horror films enough to even like speak on the genre.
I used to really like The Fourth Kind. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie or not. It's kind of on the border of sci-fi and horror, but it's The Fourth Kind is like abductions, alien abductions,
Yeah.
and
It's speaking of
supposed to be based on a real story.
Oh, Signs.
creepy,
Signs.
yeah, Signs is a great one,
Signs is
but
the
also a recent one that I watched that's about like a cult with alien abductions. That's also a horror film. Is called The Endless, and this movie, it's a long movie, but it's so bizarre because it like takes you on this journey of like two guys that go back to revisit this cult they were in, but they discover that there's like time warps in specific areas of where the cult is located. So
Jesus.
it gets so fucking weird. And
Did you guys ever watch Shape of Water?
No, I actually never did.
I finally watched it the other day. That movie is ridiculous.
Would you watch it on?
It's on HBO now.
Nice.
Spoiler alert. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
I didn't even like the movie. I was just screaming at my television the whole time. I was going, of course this won a fucking Oscar. Like, I was so upset with it. It's the most, like, masturbatory movie I've seen since Birdman. It's like, oh, they were really shooting for that, huh? They wanted that Oscar.
Oh, here's one. I don't know if it'll count exactly as a scary movie per se, but Annihilation, which came out kind of recently-ish.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you need to watch Annihilation, Dylan. You'd love that movie.
Okay.
It's about like this weird area, isn't it? Ben, you've seen that movie, right?
Yeah,
it's like in
twice.
California, and this like weird thing happens to this part of the country where it like physics gets all jumbly. So they send this team in to go investigate, and it just gets progressively crazier.
yeah,
I don't know how
Our
else to
pop
describe it.
culture knowledge is unrivaled,
Do
boys.
they get annihilated?
No, sort
but
of.
it is bizarre because different things that happen to the individuals that go into the perimeter of where all the shit is happening mixes with the DNA. So like certain things are reactive to someone who has a disease or something.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Let's start laying down a spooky track. What makes spooky? Minor chords, for sure, right?
Minor chords.
Minor chords, dissonant
Flanger.
drums.
We need a flanger on the lead. So it's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, I guess Stranger Things kind of falls into like the most Halloween-y thing. Like, it's not even scary.
Not
it's just freaky,
scary.
but like weird supernatural stuff.
It's
I
like-
haven't watched that show, embarrassingly enough. Do you like it?
You're not missing much.
That's
That's how. It's my honest take on it. I think it's all right. It's not like some amazing show, but that's just my own personal preference.
Yeah.
I can never speak for.
Yeah, I don't know.
Majority.
It is kind of spoopy.
I mean, it should like light my fire because it's fucking D&D inspired in some sense, and like I watched like 2 episodes and fell asleep, and Emily watched the whole thing without me, and I was like, I'm not going back to it.
Yeah. It's all right. It's pretty good.
That's a ringing endorsement, boys. All right, let's. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's
I
pretty
said let's
good.
start making a track, and then I immediately derailed it. So back on focus.
Some writers like, we got it pretty good from Save That, guys, and they're all just like, oh, thank God.
Like, we have all these viewers, we're so rich, but Save That still just gave us an and I really need to get that to a meh.
Meh. You got it. You're welcome.
You're welcome. All right, so now that we've shat upon a beloved television program, we should probably create something and stop just trashing shit, right?
Yeah, we'll make that track.
Let's make that track. I think that sample you guys did is a good place to start. So we need like synth noises for spooky shit.
I think what Will's currently working with right now is pretty spooky.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I like that low grumble.
a vape noise, dude, and vape's pretty scary. We don't know the consequences of those things yet.
Could be cancer.
Might be, which is very scary.
I don't know. I'm kind of gambling on them having just machines that will avoid any health consequence of my current actions.
Or just a fresh bod to hop
Yeah,
into.
he's just get a hot bod.
All right, dude. Let's
It's a
do.
D to a D sharp.
Ooh.
Sounds like Halloween to me. And then I think it'd be funny if we talk about things that are scary in the traditional, it's fun to be scared sense, haunted house type stuff, but then also throw in
haunted house, witches, existential
ghosts, and then like existential dread.
That middle class ennui.
The cubicle I go to every day.
Dude,
My
that moment,
parents' disappointment.
that moment you realize the company could totally cut out your job and nothing would change.
Yeah, they'd run just fine. They're
Yeah.
just doing it for appearances. All right. What do you want to do first? What do you need to lay down first?
I'll do this. I'll add this real quick.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess I already recorded something. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
There
Part-
it wasn't.
It didn't record.
No. Try again.
Woo! Gotta love it. Showbiz, baby.
Oh.
Oh.
Hold up.
Yeah. No, that take.
Did we get it?
terrible. Yeah, we
Yep.
should do another one.
You guys can talk while we're doing Matey stuff.
Yeah,
by the
for
way.
sure. So yeah, let's talk about content. That's our job, Aaron.
Yeah, I guess.
So what are you scared of? First, what are you like scared of in a supernatural sense? And then we'll talk about what we're scared of for real. But what actually, in a supernatural sense, what actually scares you? Like if you're watching a scary movie, what's the scariest for you? Is it werewolves, vampires, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, liches, witches?
Fucking ghosts. If I had to think of
ghosts.
something that would probably be the most real monster, I don't think I'll ever meet like a werewolf or a vampire, because even if they exist, they're probably really rare because you don't hear much about. I mean, there's like what 8 billion people
What
now,
were you playing on?
and there's no like video evidence of vampires or
On a
werewolves
simpler?
going around. Probably not real. But ghosts, I don't know. I can kind of believe that we can't like prove that ghosts are real because maybe only humans with souls can see them. You know?
Yeah.
And
No.
I've heard some weird things in my time. You know, I'm not saying that I've been around the block a bit, but I've been to the Myrtle Plantation, which is apparently the most haunted house on the planet. I mean, I did hear about that from the tour guide, so that's probably not the best information. They wouldn't lie to people.
No, definitely
You're
not.
telling me they would have an expressed interest in playing up the hauntedness of this tourist attraction?
No, I can't see why they would want to do that.
I see, she seemed pretty trustworthy, so I'm going to go for it. But yeah, there's some ghosts.
one
there,
was it
dude.
on?
So ghosts scare you?
Yeah.
This one.
I think I'm scared of.
Commitment.
Well, no. You get me in trouble. I'm trying to think what paranormal shit scares me. It's more like I think like the Saw style like abduction murder stuff scares me.
Oh, Hostel.
Yeah, like anything like that where like a real person might scoop you up and torture you for fun and games.
That's
like,
actually
that's scary.
probably way more plausible than ghosts. Someone just tortures you to death.
That's
It's a thing that does and will keep happening.
Yeah, it's terrifying. That like they're sick and twisted, sadistic people out there that like do that to humans. Human centipede.
Centipede.
I can't
yes.
stop talking. Like,
He turns your
my
face
mind
into a tablet.
automatically goes to South Park, but like, wasn't that a real thing, or is that just a movie?
Human Centipede?
Yeah,
That's a real movie. They made
but
like 3 of them.
But did it happen though?
No.
Not based on a true story.
Well, it's pretty scary anyway.
Did it happen?
I don't know. I don't. See, this is why I'm scared of scary movies, because I'm a gullible boy.
They're all real.
Human Centipede's pretty scary. My homeowner prospects are pretty scary.
Mortgages,
Dead end
debt.
jobs.
housing collapse, arbitrary interest rates. So there's a lot that can happen. But yeah, probably ghosts or some sort of sick torture sadist genius who kidnaps you.
Ghosts and ghouls and psychopaths. Also mortgages and dead-end jobs and student loan debt. I mean, I think that's the idea for the song, is just fleshing that out in any kind of tangible way.
Yeah, they literally won't let you even go bankrupt. So
Your parents have to pay. Like, if you die before your parents, they have to pay for it. If not, your kids inherit that debt, or your
That's like-
spouse.
amazing.
It's insane. It's the most American thing ever.
Intergenerational debt sounds like a great
recording
idea.
over it.
How does that keep happening? Because I'm terrible at my job?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big fear, being terrible at your job.
I'll tell you about a spooky thing from my youngin' days.
Yeah?
Is my grandma used to tell me about something called the loup-garou, which is like a French werewolf, and it was all the stories of the loup-garou basically were morality tales they would tell kids, and it was basically like listen to your parents. And the results
Germans
of
have the same thing.
And the thing is, if the Cajun kid doesn't listen to his parents, apparently the penalty for that is to be devoured by a man wolf.
So my dad used to tell me, we'd go fishing. This is like the redneck version of that. He called them whiner birds. If we saw a stork, like a crane flying by, he'd be like, it's a whiner bird, y'all better quit, or he's gonna come scoop your ass up and fly away with you and eat you and feed you to his children. Which is such like the dark shit our parents used to tell us, just act right. But the Germans have a similar thing to that. It's just like, if you're a bad kid, you're gonna die.
Yeah, all the stories were basically, it could be summed up into, kid was like, I want to go out and do this and go to the dance party, and the guy was like, do your chores and go to bed, don't go out on the trail at night. And they're like, I skipped my chores and I went on the trail at night, and they would just get pounced by like a 7-foot-tall werewolf who would eat them and leave nothing but their shoes behind.
I guess there was a time when that kind of made sense, though, that like if you did go out on the trail at night, a metaphorical 7-foot-tall werewolf might scoop you up and make you disappear. Like a creeper might just make you disappear, and there wasn't GPS tracking on your cell phone. You were just gone.
Oh.
So your parents were like, hey, don't go out on the trail at night. And you're like, but it seems fun. And they're like, but you'll die.
I think I would make a really good serial killer in like the 1900s.
Oh, my God.
Because you could get away. I think I would be able to get away for a while.
That's like anything. Like when you watch old bank robber movies, it blows my mind. I'm like, they could just do this for years and no one could catch them because they didn't have credit cards or cell phones. Just had unmarked bills that they could run around and spend wherever they wanted to. All right. I'm sorry. I'm so bad at this. Let's make a song.
Anyway.
You guys,
Give me like some synthesized arpeggiated chords above this.
Like all over the place.
No, well, I mean,
Like a
within the
spooky song?
key,
A spoopy?
within the
yeah,
key.
you got to keep it spooky and consistent.
I'm telling you, like an '80s sounding synth.
An 80s sounding synth.
oh man.
Are you writing down nuclear war as another scary thing we can talk about? We don't like to think about that.
I don't have to write that down. That one's always at the front of my mind.
It's going to happen in our lifetime.
Salmonella,
You have food poisoning.
Ebola, swine flu,
Swine flu. What else is...
anti-vaxxers.
Oh, they are scary.
So the people we should be scared of are anti-vaxxers.
Should we only talk about things that are really scary instead of like mixing the two? Should we only talk about shit that's actually scary for
I
this
think it's
song?
funnier to mix them.
I think so
It's
too.
like ghosts.
Pointy hats,
Yeah.
black cats,
Tiki
student
torches.
debt,
Yeah.
tiki torches. Yeah, I think that's the method for this.
Or I think it would be even funnier if you started out traditional scary stuff and then just kind of
Transition into only really scary things. That'd be really good too.
yeah.
Yeah, from pumpkin patches to echo chambers. We can just go through all the problems.
Yeah. Reddit's been hijacked.
I like that. That sounds a little bit more video game.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not getting too much of a spookness.
Obviously.
Sharpen it up.
Dude, I'm not attacking you, man. I feel like you think I'm attacking you. I'm not. I love you, man.
I'm low key.
I love you,
attacking.
man.
These are all video game sounds.
Yeah.
That could be our next project.
That's spooky.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. Black cats, pointy hats, big ghosts, scary boats. Spookity spook, spookity spook, spookity spook. Student debt,
Debt
and
can't
your
forgive.
mama's mad at you. Student debt.
Is this Migos?
Yeah, we'll make like a trap, spooky trap song.
Yeah, 28. Still washing dishes. Everybody good. And it's just
And my dick itches.
46.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Still washing dishes.
There he goes, washing dishes.
STDs.
Scary.
Yeah.
What is okay? So let's just run here. Help me. Just give me a whole list of like scary stuff. If it rhymes, even better. But just like actual spooks.
Actual spooks.
Or no. Like movie spooks first.
Okay, movie spooks. Vampires. Just in general.
Vampires.
Spooky vampires. Even that can be split up into like two different groups. There's like the old school shambling corpse vampires, and there's the sexy vampires.
Yeah. And then zombies. Oh
Zombies.
shit, we haven't even talked about zombies. I'm way better at actual scary things than because I don't watch scary movies. That's really good though. That's real spooky, guys.
Boo.
Y'all help us out. What scares you? in
House
movies?
ghosts. They're pretty popular now.
Just ghosts.
Demons.
Ooh.
I'm scared of demons.
They're always
I think
gonna
what
grab
scares me the most is me being asleep at 4 a.m. and somebody is banging on my door.
you. Dude, this is a like really prevalent childhood fear. Yeah.
And you wake
scared
up
me.
like immediately and you're like, what the fuck?
there's no good resolution to that. You know what I'm saying? It's only bad things if someone's banging on your door like that.
I wasn't paying attention, and you started banging on the table, and it made my heart jump a second.
We used to watch. I remember like when true crime was becoming a big thing on TV when I was a very small child on Discovery Channel when they first started diving into that, and I watched everything on Discovery Channel. So we just started watching these like creepy First 48 type shows where like just murder porn TV where people are getting killed and there's no explanation for it. I remember that shit freaking me out as a kid. Just I was never scared of ghosts or like, you know, the monster in the closet. I was always scared of like some psychopath climbing in my window and killing my whole family. Like that's what I was always scared of.
So write that one down.
Yeah.
Murder.
Murder's scary.
Murder.
No one gets murdered in Nashville. I mean, you'll be fine.
This kid I worked with found a body in the bushes in Nashville today.
Oh my god.
His dog did. He was walking his dog, and his dog started freaking out because there was a dead body in the bushes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask that much about it. Like he's posted it on Snapchat. So my dog just found a body, and I was like,
See, that's what's wrong with the world right there.
"That's what's scary." Posting about dead bodies on Snapchat.
You know what? I can guarantee you the first thought I had if I ever found a dead body was I was like, I'm like on an intro of Law and Order right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the jogger who's only in there for like one scene. Oh, a body?
Touch it.
Jing jing.
Doo-doo-doo.
You're the first five seconds of the show.
Yeah.
It's just Aaron. He's like, I don't know. I was just running by. I'm like, you're a person of interest now.
And they look at me and they're like, "You were running? Like, were you?"
Seems fishy. Okay. Let's keep fleshing this out.
Okay. Murderers, goblins, vampires. Here's one that's kind of scary now. I'm seeing a lot of existential dread over AI.
Artificial intelligence is scary.
You think about it for too long. One of my favorite short stories ever written was I have no mouth and I cannot scream. No, I have no mouth and I must scream, which is about, I don't know if you've ever read about it.
I haven't.
It takes place after some great war fought against this like AI machine that eventually turned on us, and it has like the last remnants of humanity, and it just tortures us endlessly and it won't let us die.
That's so scary.
Yeah, and it's like this godlike AI machine, and it's a really terrifying short story. You should read it sometime.
I should.
And then think about maybe we should just lynch mob Elon Musk for our own sake. Because I know he says that he's trying to stop it, but I feel like...
But he's also probably helping
he's
it
probably helping
moved along.
I mean, there's part of me that really thinks that he might already be
A cyborg.
a robot.
He seems that way. But I think that's a little bit judgmental and rude for us to say. We don't know the man.
All right, well, we can just say this isn't a Save That opinion, it's an Aaron opinion. Fuck you, Elon Musk.
Okay.
AI, so death
Black
robots,
hats, pointy hats.
witches.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
What about accidentally killing somebody?
Ooh.
Like a kid runs out in front of your car and you run him over.
That's scary. I don't know if it's funny, though.
Who said anything about funny?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
definitely going to be funny because it's what we do here, boys.
I think that
Yeah,
just
but it's
happens
still-
naturally.
You're right.
Because we're idiots.
Yeah, killing a kid with your car, I just don't know if that's going to draw any kind of desired result. It's just kind of tragic, right?
All right, well, fuck my ideas.
Man, that's not what
I think dead kids can be funny, but you
No!
know,
Oh, cancel the podcast. All right.
I know how to break Dylan.
It's easy. I'm the most easily trolled person on the planet. I hate it.
You are really easy. I think I'm being funny when we're talking to each other,
And then
you
my
just
feelings get
immediately
hurt.
just get hurt. It's like, oh shit, man!
Because you're my best
I
friend.
didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Oh god, damn it! Fucking shit! Ah.
What- he's trying.
I'm trying.
Here we go.
I'm just gonna let that one.
He got enough.
you know what would be pretty scary though? A new plague, like one that just goes through not even like zombies, but just you know that if you go outside, you might catch something that will kill you in the next 2 days.
Unidentified diseases.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid in Louisiana, when the West Nile virus broke out, they like shook us up in school because they were just like, all right, kids, remember, if a mosquito bites you, you will die.
Oh, jeez. And you're like, that's not really anything I can stop.
Yeah.
They're tiny and evil and they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah. And they used to run DD trucks through our neighborhood, DDT trucks, which were these pickup trucks that had these machines on the back, which had like... these
Misters?
they had misters on facing all directions that would just constantly spray while they drove around the neighborhood. And it was full of, I think it was DDT, but it could have been like a different
Some
mixture.
type of pest or like
Something that kills mosquitoes.
pesticide, yeah.
And the kids in the neighborhood would just chase after it. And get a
Explain-
face full of like chemicals.
Explains so much. You're a Monsanto baby, is what it is.
That explains the webbed toes.
I think that what you guys have, what I just heard, is our spooky track. I mean,
There's so much more we can do.
oh yeah, but I'm saying that's a really good base level to start with, right?
yeah, indeed.
Indeed. So
We need some synthesized arpeggiated chords.
You know what else these Halloween things
Chip,
have?
chop, chip.
I don't know why I still do this podcast.
It's funny because he hates us.
Yeah.
Ben, please don't quit. We
If
need
I
you.
quit, y'all are fucked.
I know. We know that.
Dude, we can't let him know that.
He already knows.
Now he's got the leverage when we have to renegotiate our contracts.
Woo!
Pretty soon it's gonna be the Ben Wood show.
He probably could do a better job by himself. We just distract him. But I think he likes us. Somewhere deep down, he thinks we're okay, or he wouldn't still be here.
Ooh.
That's something we can be scared of. Ben leaving the podcast.
Put that on the list.
Yeah.
Ben quitting.
Yeah, you're worried about us kicking you out, Dylan. You should be more afraid of Ben getting pissed off and just
Then
quitting.
my idea just dies a quiet death, just a whisper. It was a good idea.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that is very spoopy.
What?
It does. There is a lot of similarities between a Halloween song and a trap song. They sound a lot alike.
Or maybe just ours.
That's true.
I think it's because trap music is the realist music, and what's more scary than reality.
There's a lot of fake shit in trap music too, though.
You're selling that not everyone's like a hardcore gangster that has 50 bodies under their name?
Oh, you mean Little Xan probably couldn't win in a fight against anyone?
Yeah,
that kid's a fucking punk.
that kid looks like your douchebag cousin. Not yours specifically, but like if
Yeah.
you know if you had a
No,
douchebag
yeah.
cousin.
The Royal You.
Dude, he had a show promotion recently for it. He was playing somewhere in Atlanta, and all the comments on it were like,
He had to cancel. He had to cancel a show recently because some real ass hood rat was like, "I'm gonna show up at your show with this gun, and I'm gonna kill you if you have this concert." Like they canceled the concert
dude,
because
people
he was.
hate them.
Yeah.
And all the comments were like, wow, I came to the comments to see if he actually had fans, but it turns out I'm in the majority.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. Like, how does he get to that point?
They have to have fans.
How do you-
It's like, I wonder about that. Because there has to be enough people listening to him that it would, like, he's making money, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
really know, but I would
No,
assume
he
so.
is. A lot of times my default is just to assume that they're selling drugs, and that's how they like that. That's a big thing too. Sometimes when you're like, "How is this artist viable?" The answer is often like, "Yeah, they sell drugs too. They're not like they do that. It's a thing in hip hop." Starlito from Nashville, just had a decent following, but made most of his money by slinging coke and fucking
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane, dude.
So you're saying if we
hey,
wanna-
Gucci Mane's living his best life.
If we want to get this podcast off the ground, we
No,
have to move into
no,
powers.
let's not even joke about it. What do we have? What we got, boys? Put it all together.
Things that scare us.
Aaron, can you give me like your best scary voice?
Do like your vampire voice, dude.
Vampire voice, or I can do like
Aaron.
I will do the Russian grave creeper voice. Does that sound like, or would you like the more
I think you're good at that.
sophisticated vampire voice?
Those are both Russian voices.
Yeah, I know, but they're different kinds of Russian voices.
Well, but vampires are generally like Eastern European, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know that? It could be Transylslavian. I don't know.
Transylslavian? Come on, Aaron.
Your alt right's
You're
coming
better
through,
than
dude.
Yeah, I just want to like a kind of like an intro, like a welcome to Save That.
Yeah, see, now we're just, what's scary? Russians.
Yeah, put that on the list. Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, I mean, his Vlad is in his name. That's a vampire name. If I've ever heard one.
Kim Jong Un's inferiority complex is pretty scary.
Okay, so Spooktown.
The spooky story hour with Aaron. That's not scary. That sounds like I've just been smoking, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Lung cancer is scary.
Yeah, lot lizard voice. We can just do.
Oh,
All right, now here's your spook.
And let me tell you a story about things that scare me.
It's pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
All right, we could do this voice. Well, I think we should have 2 different voices and we can talk to each other about scary things.
Yeah.
I think your vampire voice is solid, but
I can do a pretty good Igor if you want to do the
do
master.
Igor.
Yes, master.
What is the master sound? I don't know if I've seen Frankenstein in a while.
Well, Igor's like the little
Yeah, he's his little hunchback
crypt
buddy.
goblin that you have. That oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
Ben, help us out here, bud. What do you think?
Spooky.
He's not a fan.
Oh, fuck you. If that's not a Halloween noise, I don't know what is.
It is.
welcome to the Save That Spooktacular.
Things are going to get very creepy. We're here to welcome you to a horror show.
What's scarier than a white man? Maybe White Steve.
White Steve could come back and talk about the things that scare him, like
Hi, my
being
name's White
40.
Steve. I am a guy.
Hi. So we're gonna talk to you guys about some new changes going around here. You're fired. And we're closing the factory down, and I'm getting a raise.
Cole's gone forever.
Yeah, I got robots now. I don't need any of you fuckers.
I'm gonna make billions of dollars.
We could just do a bunch of different voices. Like that White Steve definitely scary. Ben, do you have a scary voice?
What kind of scary?
Do you have a scary voice? What scares? Do the voice that scares you?
I don't know.
Like, I'm late. That's a scary voice.
Stephen Hawking scares me.
Oh,
Yes.
Steven's gone.
He's still scary, dude.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in God.
How does he sound?
And he's probably in
Yes.
hell right now.
I will teach you about particle physics. I fucked your wife, and your son is now my son. Even though I'm in a wheelchair, my dick still works.
I've never heard you do that.
I think we found our robot voice.
Yeah. Oh, spooky. Spooky black cats. Spooky pointy hats.
Hey! Hey, what you doing there?
Rednecks. Hey, I'm going to the voting booth right now. That's pretty scary.
I've been scared by some rednecks before.
Dude, I got scared of a dog the other day. Not to tell you all this, just like real quick. I walked out of my house. I was about to go get on a bird scooter, like the dumb bitch that I am, to go to a bar. And I walk out of my house, and I see it's a Saint Bernard, like shaved. They look really cute with their hair long. Hair short, you're very aware of how monstrous those animals are. But it's a Saint Bernard, and the woman walking it is pretty small. And this dog sees me, and I'm like at my car, probably 30 yards or so from my house. And this dog starts barking, and this woman is holding onto the leash for dear life. Like, she's got both heels planted, and the dog is, like, hitting against the end of the lead, like, trying to go at me and barking. And she's screaming, y'all. She's like, stop it! Stop it! Why do you keep doing this? She's terrified, which just immediately my heart is pounding out of my chest like, oh, God, she can't control this dog. Like, it's like she just got it from the pound. She wanted a big dog, and she doesn't know what she's got. And she's like, why do you do this at everyone? Stop barking at everyone. And the dog is losing its mind. And I start slowly backing up towards my house. And in the dog's mind, now he's won. because I'm backing away, and he just gets more ferocious, and she keeps screaming more frantically, like, no, stop it. And I finally just turn and run, which you're never supposed to do if there's a dog coming at you. But I'm so frightened. I'm like running to my car or to my house, and I'm like shaking, and I can't get my key to like open the door. And I'm like, I'm going to get killed right now by Cujo. Like, I was certain I was done for, bro. So I'm going to put dogs on the list. I felt it, like,
Stephen King books.
it really took me back to my childhood, like being scared of dogs, because I thought about it. I was like,
dude.
I can't do anything if this dog decides it wants to eat
Poke
me.
him in the eyes, bro.
Yeah, just go right for the eyeball.
Yeah, I was attacked by my neighbor's dog once. And
What?
Yeah. They asked me to watch it while they were out of town for a week. And I went over there to feed it. And for whatever reason, he just had a grudge against me because I would always skateboard on my driveway. And he hated the sounds of the wheels on the cement.
Yeah.
And so he just associated that with me. So I went over there to feed him. And I opened the garage door, and he immediately jumped out, like, "Rawr!" and just, like, attacked me and jumped on me. I fell back, and he started, like, ravaging my face.
What?
And I got a giant fucking cut on my forehead. And, like, the following weeks after, everyone called me Harry Potter because I looked like the little fucking...
That's terrifying. What
lightning
kind of
bolt.
dog was it?
It was a,
Shih Tzu?
no,
Min Pin.
it was a border collie.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a Zeus.
He's a little hood rat.
Yeah.
I got bit by like a really small dog when I was a little kid, and it stuck with me till I was like 12 or 13. I was just terrified of all dogs. Like, just like a deep ingrained fear of those animals, and I got over it eventually, but they're scary.
Dogs are scary. On the list.
Dogs are on the
Dogs
list.
are spoopy.
Spoopy doggies. Cujo is a freaky movie.
All right, so let's lay down some vocals.
Yeah.
I think we got a decent framework for a track that we can
Yes.
develop further.
So I think we need to just like discuss kind of how we want to do it. I always would prefer to do a real song and write out lyrics and stuff, but that's really hard. If we all can focus on that right now and actually like put down some lyrics, that'd be cool. But I always struggle with that on the spot of trying to come up with like a decent structure and rhymes as opposed to just like cats,
Yeah.
hats,
Yeah. I feel you.
bats.
How would you, but okay, what if we were to write lyrics like that, what would the song, I mean, obviously it would be about scary things, but it needs more of a structure than that. Like,
Yeah.
what is it? What's the spooky song about?
See, and I'm so dumb and bad at music that in my mind it would just like list scary things off to the music, and that's not interesting.
What about like the Save That Studio is Haunted?
Yo,
Narrative property to it.
that's
You
a
gotta
good
have-
idea.
Yeah, you can ground it to something.
And that actually is like we could be talking to each other, like record us being like, oh yeah, man, I'm really excited about this episode. And then like we can record like some Foley of like what was that? We could do like a whole story about us getting all murdered, but then we throw out everything else we've been talking about. Fuck that.
That's fine, dude.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
into
creative.
that.
That's the
You like
creative
that? Like a
process.
story of us all getting
No,
murdered?
the story is we're making a track about stuff we're scared of, and then we hear the knock and then we all get murdered.
Yeah, that's
So
really
it's
good.
like a double meaning.
So what? So maybe instead of like actually singing a song or like having a rhyming scheme, we could like on the track like we're like, all right, yeah, let's make a scary song. All right, yeah, cool, and and then we like stuff starts coming in, and they're like, what scares you? And you start listing stuff off, and then all of a sudden we hear like doom doom doom. And we're
What was
like,
that?
Wait, what was that? Like we could make it like an audio
Yeah.
thriller. where
Yeah,
it's like,
I think
oh,
that's.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
dude, I don't
really
want to
good
get that.
idea.
That sounds like an aggressive knock. Like I don't know.
Will, go get it. Will, go get the door.
Yeah, yeah. I
Dude,
don't-
whatever. I'll give you a beer if you go get the door.
Like, all right, fine, I'll get it. And you hear like the door open, and it's like,
Like we do like,
yeah.
and then an off-camera scream. Yeah,
Okay,
dude,
well,
that's
I think this idea is going to take much more than us just sitting here and doing the podcast about it. So I think we should just like lay down the vocal track, like the main parts for like what we're scared about and all that, and then post production we can
do the rest of it.
add all the
And
foley.
then on
and-
the okay.
Yeah. We can do the
Yeah.
Foley in post for sure. But like the actual vocal track, I'll like,
Yeah.
but like, we'll
Yeah.
at least like write down like, okay, right here, we'll have like the door open. We can like make notes on what we want in each place so that we don't forget. Because we all have shit memories, and then we can do that stuff in post.
All right, yeah, sure.
All right, so I think it opens with us like sitting down. Okay, did you check the levels? Like, does everything sound okay? I think that's
too much.
Too much. Where does it start?
It just starts with like, all right, let's make a
All right, got our notes.
or like it's Halloween time, guys. Like,
Dude, scary movies are so stupid. Nothing scary ever happens.
yeah,
Ghosts aren't real.
yeah.
So
Wait, who kills us though?
we're making a parody.
We don't know. Did
Joe
we
Rogan.
die? Joe Rogan kills us.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's the
Oh my
murderer.
God. He shows up with 2 kettlebells and just
And a team of chimpanzees.
Yeah, he'll rip your dick off. Okay,
and then he decomposes our bodies with alpha brain.
all right. So
That's it.
In a vat of alpha brain.
I've thrown you into a vat of alpha brain. You only have 30 minutes to live. Well, there's like a rope right here. I'll just kind of climb out.
I feel like if you got thrown into a vat of alpha brain, it would either kill you or you'd come out like Steve Rogers, Captain America bod.
Yeah,
And you'd just be like the ultimate human.
and they should call it alpha bod instead of alpha brain.
Alpha bod.
Okay, so all right, start with. Let's just. I mean, we can just talk through this, right? It'll probably be fine.
Yeah, we could probably even just cut out stuff from our conversation and throw it in.
That's a dangerous game to play, though. If we get in post, we don't.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's way too much editing.
Okay, so let's start with. All right, so let's just act like we're brainstorming for the song. What scares you? You know what I'm saying? Like, vampires are kind of scary. I don't know. Student loan debt's kind of scary. Just talk about shit that scares us, and we're all talking, and then it comes to a point. How long do we want to do that for? 30 seconds?
Sure.
30 seconds of us just talking about shit that's scary?
Yeah.
And, like, what we want from the song. So you can even, well, I don't know. We'll just turn the song on and let's all talk.
Okay.
I mean, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of like how. I think we'll just we'll do what you said for like 30 seconds. Just talk about stuff, and then you do that scary ass banging on the table that you did earlier that
Okay.
made my heart.
Maybe
jump.
not that hard.
Oh, it needs to be.
It needs to be hard.
Yeah.
That's what she
And I'll
said.
be like, oh shit, what was that?
Okay.
All right.
Just give me the signal
Okay.
for when to do it, and we're all just gonna rattle off some spoopy stuff.
You already.
Yeah, I already have it set. You can just do it under mine or whatever.
It's Halloween time, guys.
Yeah, I think we need to do like a scary episode. I don't know. Scary movies are dumb and shit, but I think it'd be a good idea for a song. We talk about stuff that scares us.
Like real life things.
Yeah. Like
your car stopping when you're in the line at Cookout. And
Yeah,
there's
that's-
a bunch of cars behind you, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I'm fucked."
or like how you can't get rid of student loan debt. Like that's really, really scary.
And goblins.
Yeah, and goblins are terrifying.
Sure, Aaron. Yeah, like goblins.
Yeah, goblins for sure.
So scary.
Maybe vampires, I don't know, or like murderers.
Fuck.
Whoa, dude. Did
was
you pay your rent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pay my rent. I always pay.
Will,
Dude, that is a
go get
violent
the door,
knock.
dude.
I don't want to get that door. It's such a very violent knocking.
Yeah, but
Did
it's
you
your
order pizza or
house.
something?
No, I didn't order food. Who could
We'll
that
like
be?
go. We'll go find out. Don't be a pussy.
No, I'm not doing that. Did you hear that knocking?
I think we all
What
vote
do we
Will
do?
to go check out.
Yeah, Will, you gotta go check it out.
We call a
Yeah,
vote.
I mean,
Democracy, dude.
it's your place.
Fine, I'll go get it. Jesus, all right, I'll go get it.
I mean, they're pretty adamant about
God.
getting your attention.
All right. Hold on, we gotta do that again. I was laughing before we even got to it. I think that was good though. That was good. I don't know if it was
That was a
30
good
seconds,
start.
but it was a solid start.
Yeah.
Well, I think the intro's good.
Yeah.
Turn your mic down on the table a little bit and just give us like
A couple pounds.
just like that we can just like I'm gonna mute the mic so we just have the door knocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Halloween time, guys.
Yeah, I think we need to do like a It's so good. It's so good. It gives me real anxiety every time he does it. Like, I can't handle it. It sounded exactly like somebody banging on a door, though.
To be honest, I was home alone last night, and that was a thought in the back of my mind. Like, if somebody bangs on my door violently, I am so fucked. I run and grab a knife. I have no chance.
Well, if I were you, I would go out the back door and run into the woods.
Yeah, but before that, I would grab Merc for sure. I don't give a fuck about Zeus or Emma. I'm grabbing Merc and taking him with me.
You're coming with me, man. So, okay, we have a good intro there.
Yeah, we'll go back to the door knocking.
I think, no, okay, yeah, so we'll go back to the... We mentally, like, we're back at the door knock. We need to do the Foley of the door open. Or, like, Will walking, like...
I have an idea.
Okay.
So maybe we do the song where it's like the intro and we're talking about it, and then he goes and answers the door and gets murdered at the front door, and then the killer leaves, but then your ghost is haunting us, and like your vocals are like ooh, all spooky and shit, and we're like, is that the ghost of Will? And we're like curious about your presence, and then we
should we make this a two-parter?
I think it would be a good 2-part episode.
When would we have the second part out is the thing.
It would be perfect because...
the second one would come out like on Halloween.
We could see if we could get it out by Halloween.
I mean...
Halloween's the 31st, which is what this year? Is it a...
It's a Wednesday. And then if we do a 2-part series, then that means it'll come out November 4th.
So the one we're doing tonight would come out on the 31st. Or would come out on the Monday before the 31st, right?
The 29th.
So then the second one would come out post.
Well, could you guys come for an extra session this week?
I could try to make that work. Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I think that's a good idea. I think let's start with what we have. Do you guys want to keep going?
This is a really good idea.
Yeah, and I want to flesh it out.
Yeah, I think we just got to the point, like, the past 30 minutes where, like, okay, we're actually confident about our idea on this.
I think, yeah, so let's make it a 2-part, and we'll get together at some point and do a... Can you think you can make that work, Aaron? All right, cool. Yeah, let's do that. Do you guys want to do suggestions and get out of here then?
Sure, yeah, that sounds good.
Do you want me to continue the tradition of doing classic songs?
Yeah, dude, that was fun last time.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys weren't here because you abandoned us, but when Ben and I did our suggestions, we put on some funky music in the background.
Oh, that sounds like a really good addition to the segment.
It's fun.
I appreciate that.
It's fun.
I love funky music and kitties. Neff is a foot.
Give us a meow.
Yeah, we need a meow.
Come on.
Shake her.
Shake that cat.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
She won't do it. Yeah, that developed from a non-idea. We got here with no idea. Fully developed an idea.
I know it might be hard for the listeners to believe that a lot of times we don't even know what we're doing when we start.
I know it's crazy to think. We seem so put together.
They're going to be like, are they reading from a script or something? It's so good, but no.
Not a clue.
All right, guys, it's time for this week's installment.
Say that. Suggestions.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I have a little bit of a mixture of shame and pride in what I've been consuming since I've last been here. And I've been listening to a lot of the 2001 album Morning View by Incubus.
Ooh.
I don't know. I love that album so much.
Something about Incubus I love is that no matter how old you get, you will still go back and revisit some of their songs.
But it's just almost like it's weird for me because it's only that album.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of other Incubus music, but that album is just so good.
It's a diamond in the rough with some of their
Echo,
albums.
Aqueous Transmission. How many hippie kids do you know that have YouTube tutorials online how to play Aqueous Transition on acoustic? But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of that. I recommend everyone check it out for some early 2000s weird period of music that was.
It just makes me think of like baggy jeans and a t-shirt with Bob Marley on it.
But here's the other thing.
Yeah.
That was that point in time whenever bands used to have like a DJ who is a member of the band.
Yeah.
He was like on all the promotional pictures and he would just be up on stage being like, yeah.
The lead DJ.
I'm the DJ of this alt rock band, dude.
I think that's something that should come back.
Just
Oh, it's coming back, dude.
Like an attached DJ.
Everything comes in cycles. Like, that's why Crocs are back in style now, you know?
I need to get a pair.
Everybody's doing it, man.
Dude, save that branded Crocs.
Oh,
Don't
Nobody
get my-
steal that idea.
Don't get my hopes up, Dylan.
My dick can only get so hard.
Yeah, so that was my suggestion.
That's a good one.
Anyone else got something
I got something.
let's hear it.
as cringy?
Now, this is, I don't know, maybe. I've been watching this show called Letterkenny. Have you guys ever heard of Letterkenny? I think it's my new favorite TV show. It's about it's a rural community called Letterkenny in like Quebec. It's a fictional town based on the writer and lead man's actual hometown in Quebec, and they use all this speech style that is found in, I think it's Quebec. I'm gonna sound like an idiot if it's a different province in Canada. My Canadian geography is pretty lacking, but they have like a really weird slang style. Like they have this thing they all say, pitter patter, let's get at her, means like get to the point or like do what you're doing. Like, bro, this show, so it's like Hicks, so like Canadian rednecks that work on a farm, hockey players that are like the bros, and then the skids that are like meth head dubstep fans. And it's the way that they all interact with each other in this town, and it's mostly just everybody sitting around talking shit all the time is like 85% of the show. But it's cool to see a depiction of rural communities where they're not just idiots. Like it's not like Trailer Park Boys where they're like Ricky can't even get words right. They're all really bright, but they just are uneducated and work on farms, and so it's a really, like, it's a contrast to Trailer Park Boys and a really awesome piece of Canadian television. First 2 seasons are on Hulu. If you've never seen Letterkenny, you should definitely go check it out because that shit's got me rolling.
It's funny about the sayings because I was watching American Horror Story and I thought it was so funny about the way they would say certain things. Like there's this character in the first season and whenever something goes wrong, she says Christ on a stick.
Yeah.
Or Jesus H. Christ. And I think it's fucking hilarious.
My favorite one is probably Pitter Patter, let's get at her. But they just speak in this really rhythmic style, and it's all little quick quips. And like every time they see someone, they go, how are you? And it's not so bad. How are you? Good,
Not so
thanks.
bad.
It's just
Yeah.
everyone speaks in this really rhythmic style. It's hysterical. And then they're all grade A shit talkers. Like they take the piss better than anybody. So definitely check it out. The hockey bros are like except for the boys all the time. They smash sandos and they're so corny. It's fantastic. I really like it. Go
New
check it out.
challenge for next week. Instead of saying fuck, say Christ on a stick.
Christ on a stick. On it.
That's a mouthful compared to fuck.
Yeah. What you got?
Oh, Christ on a stick.
What you got, boys?
Okay, I guess I'll go. So Tycho does these DJ sets for Burning Man every year, and they're always so fucking good. They are always so Christ on a stick good.
Dude, that's
If
impossible.
you listen to us, you
Yeah.
probably know who Tycho is. If you don't, he's a really good DJ and I guess multi-instrumentalist. He's got a band too.
Yeah, he's
but
got a band. But his DJ sets for Burning Man are always like on point because it's not like all of his music, but he does like Comtrues and then who else? Boards of Canada. But he mixes them like so well where it just like flows and all the songs match perfectly. It's just a good mix to listen to if you're chilling. You know,
Where are they available?
on SoundCloud.
He puts them up on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. His DJ stuff's usually like houseier, more DMB than his his band stuff,
It's
right?
dancier, but then there's also like mixes in there of like weird Boards of Canada type stuff that's all
Hell yeah.
like synthesized. And then also I wanted to give a shout out to Tendai Designs. I found him recently on Instagram. He is a jeweler,
Wire wrap artist
that is very good at what he does, and his stuff is really expensive, but it's nice eye candy to look at when you're bored.
Yeah, if you
And-
like heady crystals and stuff, Tendai
Yeah.
Designs, Tendai Designs on Instagram. He makes ballin' ass shit. Carved
at it.
Ganeshes like at a Moldavite. It's bananas, bruh.
Bananas.
Bananas. What about you, Squilly?
Well, I'm gonna take the opportunity to plug ourselves again.
Yeah.
Again, we're on anywhere you can get podcasts. Pretty much, we're on all of those. Spotify specifically. Our tracks are still found at SoundCloud. So if you like what you're listening to and you want to hear the track, go to SoundCloud. That's where all the music's gonna be. And by the time this episode comes out, like it, subscribe. By the time this episode comes out, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be out. Hit me up on PlayStation, y'all.
What's your name?
That's what I'm going to be doing. You got to hit me up. I'm not just going to put that out there.
Oh, yeah, because all our listeners, you might get doxxed if you're not careful.
Also, I made the name when I was like 13.
Oh, so you don't like it?
I don't want to keep using it.
Well, cool, guys.
PlayStation doesn't let you change it.
Do you see that they actually, this is another suggestion, to everyone who has a PSN, I think you can now pay them. Sorry, I just got the hiccups. You can now pay, I think, like $10 to get your name changed on the PSN.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it also might mess up. Good thing we're going out now. It might mess up your other games, apparently, because of the PSN, for whatever reason. Sony is full of idiot engineers, and they only had like one key for your name. It wasn't a mask.
It's hard to call people an idiot. It's hard to say someone's an idiot when you have the hiccups because it makes you sound like an idiot.
They're such idiots.
So yeah,
dummy.
all those Sony engineers, they suck.
All right, well,
cool.
That's our suggestions for the week. That's our episode for now. We're gonna come back to it, and you'll get a 2-parter Halloween especial.
Especial.
Spooky.
Thanks, guys. We're real excited. Talk to you soon. Bye.